Hello, everybody. Um, Let me start off by saying this is a very rare occasion. You will probably never see these glasses again. Pretend they don't exist, because I actually hate the glasses. Um, but they are pretty on the side. I can't see if that's, you can see that, but, uh, okay. I had some questions, because I asked. Um, Start off with one from Minuska. If I could be any fish, what would it be and why? I'd probably have to say the rockfish. No, wait, that's wrong. The lionfish. Because they're supremely badass and, um, they're also really deadly. So, some people get ensnared by their beauty and end up dying for it, which is tragic, but also kind of cool. Trapeze Bear asked me if I was taking a test in a Dairy Queen on another planet, what would the first question be and would you get it right? Show your work. My first thought for this was the question would be what is the proper size for a single scoop of ice cream? And the correct answer is 8 ounces, and yes, I would get it right because I worked in an ice cream parlor for a year and a half, and I actually really, really liked it. Um, I miss it a lot, but yeah, I got you. Punky Cat asked a few questions, so I'll do all of theirs now. My favorite book is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Um, it is so wonderful, and the words are just beautiful and eloquent, and I get this stupid grin on my face talking about them, but not a single word is out of place, and everyone enhances the story, which is something rare in writing nowadays, I think. Um, their second question, favorite board game? Who? I always really liked the game Payday, which is really lame, um, and I don't know exactly why I liked it, but I did, and I also really like Risk, and I always lose. So if you ever want to play a game that I will really enjoy and probably lose, you know it now. Last one. What is better as a satirical look at marriage? True Lies or Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I'm gonna have to go with Mr. and Mrs. Smith just because it's kind of an awesome movie. Um, a friend asked what my favorite Disney movie as a kid was. It was Little Mermaid. My favorite now, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I really like Anastasia, which is not a Disney movie. Um, it might be Finding Nemo, which, is just awesome. If I could be an element, what would I be? I would be the fifth element. Please, someone know what I'm talking about. Um, a friend also asked me one of three others, PS3 or Xbox 360. None. I'm a simplistic person, and I like my N64. Not that I have one, but Spyro was my jam. My favorite fruit, kiwi. I don't know what it is, but it's so delicious. And if I have to pick one after that, it would be raspberries. They're like crack, and if you've seen my Instagram, you will see that I've posted quite a few pictures of them. My favorite nut is a pistachio, hands down, no question. Fishy Mo asked, you have the opportunity to do a body swap for a day. Who would it be and why? So this one made me pause for a moment. But I I'm going to take it in two directions. I'm going to take it in a silly way first, and then I'm going to take it in a more serious way. Silly way would probably be The Rock, because he's huge, he's a guy, and I would really just like to know what it's like to be a dude. Um, and be that awesome, and he's a good person as well. So, um, I don't know, I just think that'd be kind of cool. And on a more serious note, um, I think almost on a daily basis, I think at least one time that I would like to switch bodies with someone who does not have a chronic pain disorder. Um, Especially the past couple of days, I've been in some pretty severe pain. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably been sitting at about a 6 or a 7 all day, every day. Um, and painkillers don't really work for me. I've tried a lot of them. I've had no success with a lot of them. Um, so I stopped taking them, and I guess it's good that I don't take that many pills, but it's also um, a pain, quite literally. And that's why this is in a serious direction, because unless you have a disorder where you hurt all the time, you you can't understand what we go through, and I mean, you can empathize, and I really appreciate it when people empathize and say, I can't understand what you're going through, and um, you know, I'm sorry, I guess, that you're going through it, even though there's nothing you could do, and saying sorry doesn't. This is a really bad tangent, and I'm sorry. It's just been a rough couple of days with that, and that question just kind of made me think about it. So I'm going to move on. If you could switch an exotic breed of animal with a cat or dog as the typical pet, what exotic breed would become a standard pet? There's really no question in my mind as the answer to this question is a tiger. Um, yeah, duh. Um, have you ever, these are from Randall PJ, by the way. He gave me like 6, 7. Have you ever thrown water into someone's face for a comment they made? I did, but it was as a joke, and they knew it. Um, if not, what do you think would cause you to throw water in a guy's face? Um, I've gotten some messages on dating sites. Yeah, okay, I know, it's really lame, but, the one that I don't know if I would actually throw water in his face because I was kind of impressed with the audacity. He said that he would love to knock me up sometime. Who does that? Who asks questions like that? Um, Moving on. If you were to choose a tattoo for someone you hated, what would that tattoo be and where would it be placed? It would be a tramp stamp. Um, and this is probably really mean and really dirty, but it would say enter here with an arrow down. Um, and I'm a bad person. Um, does tequila make my clothes fall off? In my defense, it came on the radio. Um, you know, this one has a little bit of a tangent. I have only ever had one experience with tequila, really. Um, I was at a house party of my dear friend, the real Romanova, who actually introduced me to Fito. Um, and I was actually the designated driver. Um, but my friend decided not to drink and handed me something with tequila in it. And, normally I would be the DD. I've only been drunk 5 times in my whole life, so it's not like it's something common for me to do. I like the taste of alcohol. I like beer. I like liquor. I like whiskey. Um, but it's not something that I do to get drunk. Um, normally I would go to her parties and be the designated driver, and I would carry around a glass of orange juice and tell people it was a screwdriver so they would get off my case about not ever drinking. And I would act drunk, which is really easy when you're around a lot of drunk people. And we were playing King's Cup, and one of the rules that was made was every time you swear you have to take off a piece of clothing. So tequila kind of did make my clothes fall off that night, but it's not in the typical way. Moving on. Has someone ever walked into the room you were in to discover you in a situation where you had to say, wait, I can explain? Yes. Quite a few times. I do awkward things. I'm an awkward person. Um, I've even been doing photo shoots where someone walked in and I was like, hold on a second, let me just tell you what I'm doing. Um, so there's really no way to pinpoint a single situation there, but it happens a lot. Is there an exercise you see guys do that makes you swoon? I'm a sucker for a good overhead press. Ugh. I mean, I love seeing a guy deadlift and everything, but there's something about the overhead press and the strong shoulders, and ugh, I'm swooning just thinking about it. You see that? It's sad. Um, what is a talent that I have that no one would guess I do? Um, I'll give you three because I'm awesome. Um, there's I can ride a unicycle, which I think I've stated in one of my previous videos. My unicycle tire is currently broken, so I cannot post a video or anything, but I can send you a picture of said unicycle. It does exist. Um, I I knit, not necessarily. I can't knit in the round, and I can't really knit anything more than a scarf or a blanket, but I am awesome at knitting scarves and blankets. Um, and number three, I can touch my tongue to my nose. And I guess I should show you to prove it. So here goes. This feels really weird, by the way, to do on video. Long tongue. It rivals Gene Simmons. Um, a friend just added, if tequila doesn't make my clothes fall off, what does? You can't say Manuska, because of course she does. She does that to everyone. Um, well, yes, she does. You should see one of the pictures we took together. Um, that's a secret. You guys have seen me with my clothes off, so why does it even matter? And Coop Dizzle. Coop Dizzle. What is the one thing you're most terrified of? Now, this one's a little hard for me to answer. It's a little more serious. Um, I am terrified of a few things. One that's not as serious as I am petrified of suffocation, which includes drowning and being burned to death, because when you're burned, you suffocate on the smoke first before you die. Well, that's how you die. It's usually not the burns themselves that kill you. And when you drown, you can't breathe, so you end up inhaling the water. And that, oh my gosh, messing with my breathing freaks me out. Um, but on a different note, um, emotionally and mentally, I am most terrified of two things. Um, one would be being alone. Um, which encompasses a few things. Relationship-wise, it encompasses friendship-wise, it encompasses my family dying. Um, it also encompasses being alone in a small dark space. I don't know. It's weird. Um, And on a similar-ish note, I am petrified of disappointing people. So, yeah, that's why I constantly, part of the reason why I constantly tell you guys how awesome you are and how much I love you and how proud I am of you and everything you're doing. And to finish up, if you stuck around for the 15.5 minutes that I have rambled about these awesome questions, um, to say that I can't imagine a more awesome group of people that have been compiled in the same place. And I don't know how it happened. And I don't know how I was graced to be a part of it. But I am so thankful for it. And even when I'm having a really terrible day, like I did last night, and I logged off and disconnected completely, when I came back in the morning to words of support and kind words, it means more than any of you guys. Well, you guys might know how much it means, but I was in a very, very bad place. And I'm battling some serious demons. And we all have them. Some are worse than others, and some are more prominent than others. But to know that if I need it, you guys are there. And you don't even know me, necessarily. It means a lot. And I love you for it. All sorts of love. And plus, everyone that I've met in person is so fabulous and even better than they are online that I just want to meet all of you guys. So if you ever want to meet up, let me know. I'll do my best. I have to be up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym with my friend because that's the only time we can work out together. So I'm gonna go now. Sleep tight, everybody.